All right, what's up, everybody? This is Toby with O-Line Security, and we are back with another machine from Hack the Box. Before we get into this machine, I just want to give a big thank you and shout out to all of our subscribers. We've hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube sometime this week. That is a great accomplishment for us. Right? This means our community believes in us. You all are spreading the word about online security and what we have to offer. Right? Thank you so much for that. We're going to keep creating cool content for you all. We're going to keep stressing the importance of why we're doing the things we're doing, not just what we're doing. And we're going to keep growing with everybody. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's get right into this box. This one is called Sunday. All right, this was pretty straightforward box. It wasn't too difficult. I think this is beginner friendly. If it may have been a little tricky if you're not familiar with wget, the wget command to retrieve files, or a service called finger. Okay, it may have been tricky if you weren't familiar with those. Let's just jump right into it. All right, I have all the files we need, scans, everything we need to go ahead and root this box. Well, not necessarily root it, but grab all the flags. So first things first, we're gonna run some Nmap scans. I ran my Rasengan script and then I used Rana's script. Rana's script actually gave me back more information. All right, I'll attach her Git repo in the descriptions here, but this gave back a few interesting ports. We have port 2022 is open, it's running SSH. All right, 6787 is running SSL. 515 is running some type of printer service. 11. We have port 79, right? That's running finger. Let me see. What do we have? All right, so let's just, I didn't see port 2022. Oops. Or maybe I just skipped it. Should be, oh, here it is. It's at the end. So port 2022 is running SSH. All right, so these are the ports we have open. If we looked at the 6787, right, it's running Solaris. We don't have any credentials right now to log into this, and we don't necessarily need this to exploit this box, but that's there, right, running over 6787. We have 22022 running, right, this is running SSH. We don't have any credentials to log into SSH just yet if we wanted to use that. Now we have this port 79 open. If you're not familiar with the finger service, it's a service that we can use to gather information such as user information from a remote system, right? So in a nutshell, what we're gonna use it for is to gather information, user information that's on this Sunday box via this port. So you can simply do that if we did finger, what is it, 10.10.10.76. Oh, we have to give it a user. So finger is a command as well, right? The service comes with a command, just like SSH is a service that comes with a command. And if we just gave it a random user, no credentials, right? If this user does exist on that box, it's gonna give us some information about that user, right? This is a super user. This looks like the last time they were logged in, all right? So, and then this works if you have a list of users that you think exist on this box, right? There is a script that well, or I mean, you could easily create your own script, right? Give it a list, run this, loop through a list, let this loop through a list of user accounts. But there is one by Pentest Monkey. I'm going to put this in the descriptions too. I ended up using this to enumerate through a list of users. Right, I'll let it run, but since I'll just let it run so you all can see it. All right, this is the repo. Where is the repo? Oh, okay. Well, you can download the script right there. I got it from the Git repo. But this should be the same script. I'll post both. So this, if you wanted to run the script, run it to get the help command or the help message. Shows you how to use it. You just supply it with a list of usernames, then you give it the target. So we'll do that. The users will be, I think I have, this is another repo sec list. Let me just get these ready for you all. I'll put them in the description. So this username, I think the directory is names. Okay, and then the target, which is going to be 10.10.10.10.76. We'll let that run. Right, I'll let that run, but the users that are going to come back are going to be Sammy, Sunny, and we already know about root. Rename that. Switch windows. Rename this window. Okay. All right. So we already know that the users, they are going to be Sunny, Sammy, and root. Now we have the user information. If we go back to our Nmap scan, remember we have port 22 open. Okay, with what we have so far, we can try to brute force those user accounts. Right? There are different tools that we can use to brute force those accounts, or not those accounts, but their SSH passwords. Right? Brute force their SSH accounts. There are tools like Hydra, Medusa, Encrack. The one I was able to actually get working was Medusa. For some reason, the other ones wouldn't work for me. I was having SSH issues. Right? Let me see. If I try Hydra, I might be able to show you those same issues that I got. Right, and the right password is in this file, passwords.txt. But for some reason, I keep getting this error. But while that's running, I'm going to run Medusa, just so you can see it. See, is it running? Yeah, it's running. All right, so just so you can see how I did it, sunny-p, give it that same password file. Now the host. -ssh-m2. Now I'm just running this quicker, but what I did the first time was just give it the users. I don't want it to go through both users right now. Right, because I didn't know if we would be able to use Sammy's account or Sunny's account, so I gave it both users. Now Sunny's password is Sunday, right? And you see this error that I get over here. With Hydra. I'm not sure why I get that. And then there's another one called Patador or Pator. I don't know how to pronounce it. But I was getting errors with that too. I was getting like some banner grabbing errors. But the password for Sunny, and you'll see Medusa will give it to us, that's going to be Sunday. All right, that's going to be Sunday. And let's go back to this finger stuff. Okay, finger's still running. That's cool. All right, the password is going to be Sunday. So let's go ahead and SSH into Sunny. Make sure you give the port number. And this takes a while. So we're going to go ahead and SSH to Sunny. See, this is still running. All right, you can see root comes back. All right, Sammy comes back. See, Sammy last logged in on December 19th. And Sunny should be the last one. Let's go back, check our SSH session. This is probably why we get that error with Hydra or the other password crackers I was using, because of how long this takes. You can see the password. Did it find it? Yeah, it comes back as Sunday. All right, so let me get this off the screen now. Sunday, and we are Sunny. Okay, if we do sudo-l, we can see that we are able to run this file tro as root. I was not able to do it. Not sure why it's not working. Right, it could be because the name is tro. I don't know. But I think other people were actually able to run this. I'm not sure why I can't run it. I've tried several ways to run it. But it's okay, we don't necessarily need that to root the box. So if you look at the root directory, you can see there's a folder called backup. If we come into here, we got these two files, which are shadow files. Right, you can see they're storing the hashes of, or these are just shadow files for Sammy and Sunny, right? For everybody, but we can see Sammy and Sunny's hashes, password hashes. Right, we don't need to worry about Sunny because we know his password is Sunday. Now Sammy, we can go ahead and try to log into Sammy's account. We just have to crack his password. Let's go ahead and do that. Before we do that, take a look at the finger results. You can see Sunny, Sammy, and root have come back. All right, remember I mentioned this is not too pretty, but we are able to assess that these three accounts are the only ones with last login times. All right, so this is the results for that finger script. Gonna clear that. Close that screen down. All right, so back to this password hash file. Where did we find this? We found this under the backup directory that is under root, right? This is not one of the default directories, all right? So this obviously looked a little bit suspicious. After we came in here, we found these two files, which are showing us the same thing. They're just showing us contents of a shadow file. They're backups. Right, so we found somebody's hash. We're not going to worry about Sunny's hash because we already know his password. We're going to take Sammy's hash and try to crack it. Now, if you're familiar with hashing algorithms, you know that this $5, that is SHA-256. Right, it lets us know this is a SHA-256 algorithm. So we're going to use Hashcat. Use mode 7400. Right, with Hashcat is it cracks hashes, right? So we're going to use this to crack this hash. Use mode 7400 for SHA-256. Give it the hash, and then we are going to give it a word list. User share rockU.txt. I already ran this, so because I already ran it, all I have to do is do this -- show so Hashcat can go back into its repo to grab the password that it cracked already. So I'm just going to add -- show. And we can see this is Sammy's password. Cool dude. So we're going to SSH into Sammy's account. Make sure you get the right port number. And once again, this is going to take some time, right? And I really believe that's why the other password crackers aren't working. Okay, so where are we? Remember, we started out with the finger enumeration. We found the user accounts, used those user accounts and tried to brute force their passwords using Medusa. Medusa was able to find Sammy's password as Sunday. We logged into Sammy's account. He was able to run a a file tro with special permissions. However, we couldn't get that to work. Maybe that's why it's called tro. But we did find this backup directory with these hashes inside of it. Just cracked this hash. It came back as cool dude. Okay, so now we're gonna try to use that to log into Sammy's account, and voila, we're in Sammy's account. Let's see if we have anything special. And we do. We can run wget as sudo, right? And I'm gonna open up a new screen so I can show you something about wget. We can run this as sudo, which means we can use these options here as sudo as well. And wget has an option that I use to give myself root privileges. I can't see it. Let's just grep it out. Whoops. All right, so they have this option right here, post file. It allows you to post files that are locally stored on your computer to a remote server. So we're gonna share this file, but we can't open it, right? We're gonna share this sudoers file, which we don't have access to open. However, since we can run wget as sudo, we can post this file to a remote server, right? We can't open it right now, right? If I tried to run sudo cat etc sudoers, it's gonna ask me for my password. We're not able to run that file, right? Because what can we do? We can only run this as sudo, right? That's what this sudo file is trying to tell us right now. So what we can do is this sudo wget, right? Because we can run wget as sudo. So sudo wget -- post file equals etc sudoers, and we're gonna send that to ourselves over port 1234. I'm gonna open that port up with netcat. So now when we run this wget command, it's going to post the contents of this file to this remote server over that port, right? And you can see it come through our listener over here on the right hand side. So all we have to do at this point is copy and paste this into a file of our own. And that's what I already did, right? We already had that here in a file called sudoers. And what I did was change this to all, right? Instead of Sammy being able to run wget and Sunny only being able to run tro, they can now run everything. So all we have to do now is download this file to our remote, to the Sunday box. All right, so now all we have to do, because the file is right here, right? This is the new sudoers file. Let's look at the last few lines. This is the new file. All we have to do is wget that file. So let's go over to the etc directory. Okay, the sudoers file is here. You can see that. Okay, only root has access to this file. But since we can use wget as root, watch this. Wget 10.10.14.12 over 8,000. We're gonna download the sudoers file. Before we do that, we need to start up our web server, right? You can go ahead and just do sudo python 3 -m http.server, right? That's gonna start that up. Okay, and then we're gonna wget that file. We get a 200 success on our server. We get a permission denied. You want to know why? Because we didn't run sudo. So let's do that again with our superpowers. I'm going to clear the screen first. Hit enter. Get success again. It was saved as sudoers.1. All we need to do is let me see, sudo move sudoers.1 to sudoers. All right, and that worked. All right, and why can we start executing sudo now with anything else but wget? Because of what we just transferred over. Now watch this. Let's look at the last few lines of the sudoers file that we just downloaded. All Sammy can run everything as sudo. Sunny can run everything as sudo. You know what? Now Sammy can run that silly tro file, right? Because now I can do sudo bash tro. Wait, sudo bash root tro. Right? Because I can run sudo as anything now, which means I can run bash using sudo. So, all right, we can actually go in sudo ls root.txt, right, from either account. This is how we accomplish this box here, y'all. Right? Pretty straightforward, pretty fun. Not too difficult. Key takeaways, we definitely want to lock down that finger service. Everyone should not be able to enumerate user accounts from our finger services. All right, that's a big no-no. Next thing we want to do is strengthen the passwords of those user accounts. All right, obviously Cool Dude and Sunday aren't great passwords. It is a challenge. It is a hack the box challenge, but in the future, if you were working on a real engagement, you want to recommend complex passwords, right? That would stop the attack vectors we use to get into those accounts. Furthermore, what we want to do is this file right here, or the removing access to run wget as sudo, right? That could help, but I mean, if they were going to leave that there, then complex passwords should definitely be recommended. But I think it'd be safe to just remove that, right? Removing the ability to run wget as sudo, especially if Sammy doesn't need it. If a service account needs it, then let's just create a separate account for that service and not have Sunny with those same privileges. All right, that's it, y'all. Hopefully you have fun with this box. Please leave a comment. Let us know if there's a particular box you want us to do. Maybe you want to join us on Cyber Thursdays and run through one of these boxes. Just leave it in the comment section below. We can make it happen. Don't forget to hit the like button. And thanks again to our community for subscribing and spreading the O-Line security word. You all have a good one. Stay safe. Hold on to your loved ones. Make sure that they love you. And we will see you next time. Peace.